Hey guys, today I wanted to try another hack. Basically, I was trying to think of a way to make this foundation work that I have, and it is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I love the coverage of this, but it is so matte and so drying, and it just makes my skin look so powdery and dry, and it just doesn't look very good because my skin is so dry anyway, and it just hugs onto it, and I just don't like how powdery it looks. So I've been trying to figure out a way to make this foundation work. I have used like a face oil. I think I even recorded a video on that. I don't know if I've edited it or posted it yet, but that didn't really work well for me. It didn't really do much of anything. So I really wanted to try this hack, which is adding moisturizer to your foundation. Now they say doing that lightens the coverage of the foundation, but my theory is that the other day I was reading an article about moisturizers that peel off your face. So that is when you put on like a moisturizer or a face product onto your skin, and you can later like feel it rubbing into balls and rubbing off. So in this article, it basically said that moisturizers that do that have some kind of silicone in them most often, and that is why it rolls off your skin, because silicone cannot be absorbed by the skin. So I thought if I used my moisturizer, which has silicone in it, has dimethicone in it, I love this moisturizer, I wondered if I used that in this foundation, if it would add like extra hydration to the foundation, as well as actually being like a good kind of primer type situation because it has silicone in it. So my moisturizer is the Equate Beauty Moisturizing Cream, and this is comparable to Cetaphil Moisturizing Cream. We've used this a lot, the whole family. I love this. And dimethicone is where is it in here? I see it. It's right here. It's like right here in the ingredients. So I thought, why not mix that with this foundation and just see what it does. So I'm going to basically just take at the end of my little brush here the moisturizer. I don't know how much, so I'm just going to pop it like in here like that. And I'm going to add the foundation to it. I'm very nervous because obviously I don't want to create like a mess. But I really hope this works. And it sucks because every time that you do these kind of things, it's like wasting the product if it doesn't work. And I hate that so much. Okay. So I have, I think, a pretty good mixture here. And I'm just going to mix it around with the end of the brush. I'm going to wipe this though because this has some extra stuff on it. Remove, 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 remove. Okay. So if I need more foundation, I can do it, but this is pretty much what the mixture looks like. And I'm just going to mix it together. So when I used beauty oil, I used bio oil. And the bio oil mixed with the foundation did make it very oily. But once the oil kind of absorbed into my skin, the foundation went right back to looking dry and cakey. And I really don't want that at all. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit more foundation because now that it's mixed, you can see it's kind of like a whipped texture. Or, well, let me put some on my hand and see what the coverage is like. Yeah, the coverage is definitely thinned out, so I'm just going to add a little bit more foundation to this. Try to build that coverage. The only good thing is this foundation's really cheap. So, even though I'm using a lot of it for this experiment, it's like $4.99. So, let's see. But I want to do this for anybody like me who likes this foundation a lot, but or any foundation, but that is like a really matte and drying foundation, but it still looks good. Like it has good coverage and you like it a lot. So we're going to try this and we're going to see how this works. So as you can see, it's gotten to be like a really whipped consistency, which is interesting because the foundation is very liquidy. So I'm just going to pop this onto my skin. And where's my beauty blender? Oh, I have it in here. So, oh, okay, I almost dropped it. Hold on, let me dry it a little bit extra. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use my Real Techniques Diamond Sponge, and we're going to start. I'm going to zoom you in, of course, like always. I almost forgot to. We're just going to blend it in. The lighting might not be the best today because obviously I don't have my big lamp on. I just wanted to do something quick to test this out. I was playing with makeup, so just ignore my eyes. I know they don't look the best. I was just playing around. We know how it goes. It's really thick now. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What I can say is, upon applying it so far, the coverage is not as intense. Like, it's medium coverage, I would say. It's not as full coverage as it normally is. But we are able to build it up, and it is having good coverage after building it up a little bit. Okay. As of right this moment, with the first layer on, I would say coverage is a little bit less than it was, but the coverage is still good. It's not bad, and it's definitely buildable. Blending it in, it blends in exactly the same. Doesn't have any streaking issues, isn't difficult to blend in at all. So I'm going to build it up in certain areas, like right in here and up on my forehead, and I will be forwarding through that. I'm going to put some on my under eyes, and then I'll be back and we can talk about this a little bit more. Okay, so we've lost some coverage, which isn't a big deal. I mean, it's just still a pretty decently medium coverage foundation. That's how much I have left. I could continue to build it, but I really don't want to at this moment. I did get some in my eyebrows, so I'm just going to comb that out real quick. Okay, so at this moment, I'm not hating it. You can see it looks nice and dewy. I am going to quickly finish the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back to share with you how it looks at the end. I am going to record my makeup, but I'm going to forward through it so you can see exactly what my process is applying this. Thanks.